start with a small story actually. I know everybody of you must have used Uber. I had also done it maybe about 5 years back, and when first time I used the Uber, I was really surprised or shocked, whatever you say. You know, the way they have adopted those various technologies. You download the application from Play Store, and then that your number gets connected, so you are authorized user. And then when you want to go from one place to another, you just enter those details. It will go to the cloud. It will work out the distance to be covered up. And then that distance in a different day timings also, the time may vary or the rates may vary. So it does all that calculation and shares with you. Once you confirm, then the next process will start about the location, about the vehicle, which is in your nearby vicinity, and it will correspond to that driver, and then the driver will come and pick you, and while you are moving, you are always connected to cloud, so in a real time you know where you are, how much distance you are covered, how much is remaining, what will be the time required and all that, and then the payment gets collected, and then your traveling histories also get maintained. No, that's with the number of technologies which are used and which are integrated is really surprising. More than that, actually, from my point of view, the concept is changing. So our earlier concept where we will go on the road and wait for the taxi. Now here the vehicle is coming to you. So it's following a customer. Customer is not following over there. No? So it's a disruption. It's basically the change of the mindset, which is what is more important. And what I see is that when we are trying to move to digital transformation and Pharma 4 and all that, this mindset change is more important than just the technology. Technology is very easy. Technology, you can find the people and get it developed and all that. So my focus on to today's thing is adoption of technology to achieve business excellence, actually. So I want to start with Charles Darwin thing, actually, what he has mentioned that in a future, not the strongest species will survive, not the intelligent will survive, but those who are ready to adapt to the change, they will survive. So the same thing is applicable to us also. Now we have to also accept and adapt to the change. We means not you and me, but our customers, our entire ecosystems. They have to accept and adopt that. Yes, now how this we can make use of this technology, change our business processes, and adopt to them to achieve excellence by supporting the customers actually. So my short agenda is the information value, challenges post-COVID, customer centricity, digital supply chain, industry 4, digital transformations, and what should be our action plan. Now the purpose of information is not just a knowledge, it's basically, as Peter Drucker has said it's being able to take some right actions. So our customers have to take a corrective actions for their business. It may be, pricing, it may be quality, it may be production planning, it may be procurement, it may be logistics supplier, or it could be the customers actually, So which is what is more important. So what I say is information is like an water actually. Information helps to quench your thirst for the knowledge. See, today you and me, everybody is looking for the knowledge actually. Everyone has got a knowledge, but we still want to acquire new knowledge because the new things are moving, happening it and all that. Knowledge cannot flow unless the information flows. If you are not getting a correct information, your knowledge will still remain stagnant. You will not be able to move. So we must also remember that information is also a dynamic thing. As I mentioned it to you, it's constantly changing. So to make a seamless information flow is basically people, processes, and then the systems. They are all developing. What we are going to talk about, like a big data and all that data is getting generated, information is getting generated, and which needs to get collaborated. So that knowledge sharing will actually drive the business excellence and all that. Now, COVID, after this pandemic, everything is changing. So the main six areas is sales, customers, market, supply chain, operations, and employees. So market requires continuous information, no? Your communication from your website, blog, email, phones, meetings, everything actually, which constantly we have to keep in touch, and which is becoming a big challenge. As you know, we were also discussing that now acquiring the business is the first challenge for everyone actually. Then keeping customers happy, offering them the pricing, deliveries, quality is a big challenge. Then finally getting the sales, and then you do comparison, and then everyone, whether it's a silver line or something, but as an individual also, no, everyone has got some target. No, I have some dream, I have some goals actually, no, what I want to do, what I want to achieve it and all that. Then that is leading to the supply chain, from demand planning, distribution, supply planning, supplier performance, inventories, and all that. And then comes the operations, the sequence wise, and all the plant maintenance and all. And finally, this all is driven by the employees. So now you have to keep your employees, train them, keep them happy, take their uh, responsibilities, and help them and all that. Now, why I mentioned about my background is I was always having the focus on to creating something, a unique thing which will be useful to most of the customers in a quick time actually. And this is where Steve Jobs is also saying that it's not that customers job to know what they want. It is basically we as the experts, we as the consultants, we as the domain people, we know the problems, we know the challenges about the industries, and we should tell them, look, if you do this way, this is where your problem can be solved, or this is where the benefits will go on coming up and all that. Now, as a business owners, no, there will be challenges. No, the finance challenge will be there, procurements will be there, customers maintaining will be there, acquiring new customers is there, and finally optimizing all these operations to get a better profit. So these are what are our challenges are there. Now, if I had to make those challenges in a short points, actually, it is what is to be done. Now, I know there are hundreds of challenges are there, but now what I should do it, how much is going to cost me, and who will do this? Now, these are the things I'm sure everybody of you must be also facing it when we discuss with the customers and all that. Now, this is the Apex chart. Most of you may be knowing about it also. Now, business processes are becoming very complex, from business planning, production planning, material requirement planning, capacity planning, and scheduling, and all that, to be supported by sales and distribution, and financials, and inventories, and valuation, and costings, and all that actually. So how we will manage all that? No? So let us take some points by point based on to the points which I mentioned it over here. Today, everything is becoming more important from the customer centricity. Now, we have to identify who should be our customers, and how we should learn about the customers' expectations, requirement, how we will align their expectations, requirements with our technology supports, and how our leadership should be there, how we will help them to transform from their present system, legacy systems, to the new systems and all that actually. So coming to from their customers, now we just look at it, the supply chain management. Supply chains are becoming more and more complex actually. I'm not getting into more details about it, but there is a supplier, and then finally supplier is there. Similarly, there is a customer, and then customers are there. So no, it's expanding it. It's not remaining just a local, it's becoming a global, both from the supplier side, both from the distribution side also. So supply side is demand side, which we'll have to really go on considering it. And then the supply chain management process is also, I'm trying to just show it over here, needs, planning, sourcing, development, and all that. Why I'm showing you all this is that this is what exactly we have already done it in the RESPA. Only thing we want to really take it to the next level onto Pharma 4 actually.
Can I ask a question?
Technology are having a huge impact
Hello?
on the world around us.
Yeah,
And
can we
leading
do
to
it at
big
the later
changes in
stage?
customer behavior. Today, connected customers behave digitally, responding to social media trends and taking part in online conversations across a vast interconnected global community. However, many supply chains can't keep up. That's because they're structured in a very traditional and sequential way. Let's take a look at how a typical company with a traditional supply chain would react to a sudden peak in demand. A celebrity posts a picture of a bag on Instagram, creating excitement and generating a sudden demand for the product across the world. The bag manufacturer's demand forecast was based on a backwards look at previous sales. So, when their sales reports show their product has sold out unexpectedly, they wake up and go into firefighting mode. The company adjusts its forecast to reflect the new level of demand and then realizes that they don't have the materials or the production capacity to make replacements. So they call their suppliers, but they don't have the materials available. The bag manufacturer asks them to order new materials and expedite shipments, leading to additional costs. Finally, when the materials arrive and the products are produced, they then have to be transported to the stores. This wasn't planned for in advance, which means premium shipping costs. All in all, it has taken the company around 4 months to replenish their product. Unfortunately, the customer just wasn't going to wait that long, and in the meantime, they bought a similar product from a rival manufacturer. In the end, with the unplanned additional costs and the unsold products, our bag manufacturer actually made a loss out of the whole experience. But it doesn't have to be like this. We believe that traditional supply chains must evolve into connected, smart, and highly efficient supply chain ecosystems, with layers to address customer solutions and digital operations. Companies who are able to set up and run customer solutions and digital operations ecosystems empower themselves to proactively manage and efficiently fulfill customer needs across multiple channels, quickly identifying changes in demand and organizing their supply chain accordingly. In this way, they can turn their supply chain into a real competitive advantage and use it as an enabler for new digital business models. Let's look at how a company with a digital supply chain would have reacted to a similar peak demand situation. The company's proactive sensing capability, including social media tracking, identifies a peak in demand early. The production plan is adjusted automatically, thanks to a direct link between demand and manufacturing. At the same time, an updated demand plan is shared with all relevant suppliers, who immediately include the new requirements in their material planning and adjust their manufacturing priorities accordingly. Meanwhile, the customer can track the order's progress, keeping up to date on when it's being manufactured and when it will be delivered. And throughout the process, the supply chain transparency solution monitors relevant supply chain data from a variety of internal, external, structured and unstructured sources, enabling proactive risk management. For the last mile delivery to the customer, the company leverages an established flexible logistics network with a shared infrastructure. The result? Companies that leverage a digital supply chain operate with the versatility and agility that's needed in the digital age. That means happy customers and flowing profits. Supply chains are extremely complex organisms, and no company has succeeded in building one that's truly digital yet. The companies that get there first will gain a huge advantage in the race to Industry 4.0 and will be able to influence the technical standards for the future of their industry.
Yeah, so we have seen how is the digital supply chain has got a good market potential and everybody is looking at it. And how now we can implement this digital supply chain. So we have these various steps like assess and vision and strategies and team and networking and actions onto that actually. This is just to give an idea about one dashboard for the supply chain management, and This is how we had already developed earlier in the RESPA also. We had a complete system. Maybe at some time I can even give you a complete walkthrough about that. Also, we were picking up the entire data about the complete manufacturing and orders and quality and inventory and operations and putting up over there actually. So now with that digital supply chain, we can move to industry 4 actually. So the idea is that when we are talking about the industry, I'm looking at it artificial intelligence, IoT and cloud, which can really come together. These are the three main technologies which I've taken up over here. And that will form industry 4. And then that is how it can really help in capturing the real-time data, will also give the cybersecurity, and then cybersecurity is a very important in pharma basically because the data is very confidential about their formulas, about the qualities, about the operations and all that, and then it can help in better decisions also. So let's see now about the industry 4.
The fourth industrial revolution has begun, and you have the chance to be part of it. This isn't going to be like before. It's not about the steam that powered our factories in the first revolution, or the mass production model that dominated the second, or even the emergence of computer-driven systems from the third revolution that we're living in today. Industry 4.0 is about connectivity. It's an opportunity to radically change the way industry responds to the needs of society. As previous industrial revolutions were led by innovations in manufacturing processes and systems, the advancement of Industry 4.0 will be driven by a smart, interconnected, pervasive environment. The opportunities for disruption are huge, and those left behind will feel it acutely. There is still space for leaders of this new revolution to emerge, but the race has already started. Understanding what current leaders are doing will help you join them. KPMG formally examined what those trailblazers were doing in their factories and their offices, and it revealed some thought-provoking findings. Our research highlighted a number of areas that current Industry 4.0 leaders are focusing on. Leaders are planning ahead with clear strategic vision, driven by performance and tying investment to proven opportunities for growth, progress, and innovation. They are focused on discovering how smart products and processes can be developed. Integration is key. The major players are moving away from isolated silo-driven development, which limits scope and value of new projects. Instead, they are moving towards large-scale and proactive integration across their enterprise and among their customers, supply base, and products. To ensure they are aware of every possible opportunity Industry 4.0 technology has to offer. Perhaps most importantly, they are not afraid to think big and act bold. This means nurturing innovation, developing disruptive thought processes aimed at devastating the status quo, and looking for opportunity in every element of their value chain, from which products are designed and how they are produced, to who they are sold to and how they are purchased. Your organization may be radically different in the future, with a range of products, services, and processes you can't currently predict. Do you want to join the leaders of Industry 4.0? Can you afford not to? Then our advice is, plan ahead. Fight radical change with integrated radical action. And embrace the fact that it's time for manufacturers to step up and start making smart, bold moves. If you don't, you could be left behind. You have this chance. Let us help you take it.
Hope you are getting it now. There's no problem.
Yes.
Okay. What I suggest is that let me finish up this whole thing, and then we will have a good time to for our discussions on to that actually. Or maybe if you feel it, you can just write down in a chat box so that I will able to see it and all also. Okay. So now we are moving from industry 4 to smart manufacturing. My focus being an engineer, I always be interested into manufacturing and how the technology can be used to capture the data, whether it's the quality data or manufacturing the data or distribution data and all that. And this is where real lot of information is captured, and that can lead to better decisions and better product quality. And then if you reduce that, what is the call it as the order to delivery time period or something like that, improve the productivity of machines and utilizations and all that, and that can really fetch you good benefits. I'm coming to that also at a later stage, but I'm just showing you how that data can be captured. It will move to the cloud and can help you onto that actually.
By now, you may have heard the term Internet of Things. Sounds interesting, but what does the Internet of Things actually mean? IoT is an evolution of mobile, home, and embedded applications that are being connected to the internet, integrating greater compute capabilities and using data analytics to extract meaningful information. Billions of devices will be connected to the internet, and soon, hundreds of billions of devices. As related devices connect with each other, they can become an intelligent system of systems. And when these intelligent devices and systems of systems share data over the cloud and analyze it, they can transform our businesses, our lives, and our world in countless ways. Whether it's improving medical outcomes, creating better products faster with lower development costs, making shopping more enjoyable, or optimizing energy generation and consumption. Here's an example of the big picture. Imagine an intelligent device such as a smart traffic camera. The camera can monitor the road for congestion, accidents, and weather conditions, and communicate that status to a gateway that combines it with data from other cameras, creating an intelligent citywide traffic system. Now, imagine that intelligent traffic system connected to other citywide transportation systems, which get data from their own intelligent devices, creating an ever larger intelligent system of systems. The really big possibilities come from analyzing the end-to-end data across that system of systems. For example, let's say the city's intelligent traffic system detects massive congestion due to an accident. That insight can be sent to the citywide transportation system, which can analyze the accident's impact on other city systems. Recognizing the accident is near the airport and 2 city schools, it could notify those systems so they can adjust flight and school schedules. It can also analyze and derive optimal routes around the accident and send those instructions to the city's digital signage system to guide drivers around the accident. And that's just one example of the potential benefits that can happen when intelligent devices share insight with other systems, forming ever-expanding systems of systems. But how do we...
So got some idea about the IoT. Now here I'm just trying to show how IoT can be used into farmer distribution. Like IoT is available with RFID tags. Then your sensors can capture the data about the location, GPS, and can send that into the cloud. And then that will have a digital information, and that can give you idea about the location, conditions, because when they want to transfer the products in the pharma, they call cold chain, the conditions about the temperature, humidity, everything needs to be maintained. And then you get inbound deliveries information and all. That can also lead to your forecast and further automating orders and all that. And then integration with your MES, ERPs and all that can really go to that. So this is how that IoT can be used actually. So we have seen one is about the digital, then we have seen about the IoT. Then let us talk about the artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, normally there are 4 steps are there. Descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, and prescriptive. Descriptive is there what is happening. Your all operation data will be there that will be captured. It will be done some analysis, batch or a product or days production or a month's production and all that. So why it has happened, there may be some reasons about the manpower not available, material not available, or breakdowns or something like that. So that is what the reasoning will be done in the diagnostic. And then when you look at it to the next phase, what will happen? If this the trend is going to continue, how much production I can expect it, how much profits I can expect it, how much sales I can expect it. So what will happen? That's what is the predictive. And then goes to prescriptive is that how can we make this thing to happen it. So this is what AI can make use of it. So we already have a plan of use of AI into procurement, AI into quality, AI into manufacturing, AI into distribution, AI into logistics, something like that. So we already have those specifications and everything has been drafted at all. Coming to the next technology is the blockchain. Blockchain is very useful for the pharma and process industries. The traceability or the serialization is a very important thing, and which is becoming a mandatory now because almost out of 1 trillion pharma market globally, about 270 billion is spurious goods or counterfeit products are there actually. And they say that almost around 10 lakh people they die using those spurious products and all, which is a big challenge over there. Of course, the blockchain design, develop, implementation is not a really very easy task, but this is what is going to happen. It's on a blockchain will have a distribution and contracts, and I'm trying to show it over here. The various activities where whatever the data capture which is really required. So probably if you can read it, there are about 29 different actions are basically getting created and which needs to be there. And then this is how the blockchain record can go on compiling and will be available and all that. So let us see a small demo about the blockchain.
A new concept of blockchain technology apply to the supply chain. The main features of the blockchain provide greater support for the supply chain. The buyer negotiates the transport conditions, and the other parties approve them to finalize the agreements. These conditions are in the smart contracts and are stored on the blockchain as a guarantee for the agreement between the involved parties. During the transport, all the sensors' data is constantly captured and stored on the blockchain. Thanks to an innovative mobile node, data is saved even without a connection, and updated when the connection is restored. If there is uncompliance with sensor conditions, an alert is sent to all the involved parties to foster a prompt reaction. The multiple match ensures the correct transfer of ownership. During the warehouse operations, there is a continuous monitoring of all the sensor information. Thanks to social media integration and predictive algorithm, in case of events that influence the estimated time of arrival, an alert is sent to all the involved parties. This solution is a platform that combines blockchain, IoT, cloud integration, streaming, and predictive analytics to support real-time tracking and full traceability. The QR code, GPS, and warehouse location make the proof of delivery indisputable. After the delivery, the system calculates the compliance of the terms and conditions and automatically manages the final payment. The immutability of the blockchain allows to recover all the delivery data in every moment. This solution provides a new way to manage the supply chain. Blockchain for supply chain, building trust in an untrustable world.
So along with this technology, there is another application which is a chatbot. Chatbot is, you must be, some of you might have used even Alexa and all also, like you give some instructions and then you get a reply, or many websites also you say you need an help, and then insurance and telecom and all, they have those things. So similar application also will be very useful into supply chain. And supply chain also covers the purchase processes simplification, like if you are a supplier and then you are given some quotation, or whether that order has been confirmed, or if you have made a delivery, whether it has been received, or anything, something like that, no, that can really go on coming up and get integrated, and this will automate. It is like your virtual assistant who can really go on sharing that information. And even AI-based chatbots are also now coming up, but making them integrate with the supply chain is a challenge, and to suit it to that organization, that company, their business processes is going to be a big thing. So we have now seen some of those technology part of it. So now let us move how all these technologies can help us to business excellence or operational excellence. So I always say that this is we call it the holistic approach. The three contributors are there. It's the people, processes, and then the technology is there. So people have some behavior, they are habituated. If I'm working in a particular organization with a particular systems for maybe last 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, then I'm habituated onto that. The processes which were designed, developed into manual operations are also certain things. Many times it may be a manual, or it might have moved to computerized systems or something, but may or may not have integration, that may be into still silos and all that. And then finally, the management expects some controls and returns onto that. And so operational excellence is basically an integration of all that three things actually. So how our digital transformation can help to do that business excellence is a point. What let us see it over here.
What does digitization really mean for your business or organization? A simple definition of digitization is the conversion of analog information into digital information through the use of digital technologies in everyday life. So with the right technology and a full implementation into daily business, the business is digitized, right? Well, unfortunately not. Digitization means, rather, to rethink your business and operating models as to implement technology. It means to understand your digital maturity and not just the technology. Technology will enable your digital engagement, but it follows the big picture of what digital engagement means to your business. Whether you're a public organization, a small private company, or a global player. A crucial component within most transformations is the acknowledgement of the loss of control over the customer relationship. New end-to-end strategies are needed to reach your customers in the future. Do you need help to transform your business?
So this is what it is the digital, which is going to get it expected. So there are some 6 blocks which can be moved to from legacy manual systems or earlier old database systems to the digital transformation. These are strategy and innovation, customers decision, as you know, customers' experiences and all is becoming a very important area nowadays. Then your organization capabilities, culture, and then process automations and data analytics, big data, artificial intelligence, and finally the technologies and all that. So these are the new emerging technologies which are catching up. All of you are aware about it. I'm just trying to list it out and show it over here. So how this digital transformation will move? Now we have to have a strategic objectives and then operational excellence and operational architecture. Like IT and OT have to work together, information technology and operational technology. And that is what is the main basis of Industry 4 actually. So the domain has to really contribute it, and this IT and OT can really work together if there is a good IoT or IIoT, is the industrial Internet of Things gets integration and all that actually. And then finally the business case and solution selection. So there are two levers which we look at it. One is the growth and second is an operation improvement. Growth is more onto the commercial side where the demand generation and the purchasing and all that customer. While operation side is the manufacturing process efficiencies, asset utilizations and all that. New business mindset. How this digital maturity will come is we have to really initiate the project and then align the processes and optimize the thing, try to automate it. This has to go into the phases and then transformation, and finally you will see the improvement. So it's a long-term process. It's not a very simple process. You all are aware, SAP implementation processes are like that only. So companies that have embraced the digital transformations are 26% more profitable than their average other industry competitors, and they enjoy about 12% higher market valuation. This is from the MIT Center of Digital Businesses. Now, just looking to Amazon's thing, actually, a lot of people they say, "Oh, this is a pandemic time, and we can't invest it, we can't work onto this." So actually, Jeff Bezos has said that, in my view, there is no bad time to innovate. No, innovation needs to be done. In fact, I always say that when you are in the bad time, you should also always have a peace of mind, or you should use that to focus it out. How I can improve it? How can innovate it? No, any process. The process may be acquiring the customer or acquiring the supplier or acquiring the contract manufacturer. It's all there actually. And that's it's dangerous not to evolve. Now, if you want to just remain like that stagnant, then it is a very difficult thing. So no, you have to constantly evolve it actually. So the common question they get asked is the business why. So you have to ask it why not? No, why not to try this? Why not to do this? No, it is right there. And that is where we have to innovate, we have to evolve, and then we can really go on moving up and on. Now, looking at it, digitization benefits, the four key benefits are there. No, the forecast reduction, artificial intelligence can do good demand planning and all that. And since the entire process starts with the demand planning, more and more accurate the demand is there, your entire sales and operation planning or integrated business planning or material requirement planning or operations planning, and everything gets improved onto that. And that will really control your inventory reduction. That may be 5 to 10%, it may be 20% also. Inventory turn ratios also will go on increasing. And then the top line revenues also can, with profitability will go maybe to 5% or maybe more also. So this what is this? It's going to create a business value contribution. Now, if you had to ask those three questions, what, why, and how, then today's ROI, everybody talks about the ROI, the return on investment and all that actually. I have some different ideas actually. It is a real time information, right information can help you to right decision, and then that can really help you to have a bit better excellence and all that. And how that will come? That will come with a customer centricity, which will go on improving. Operation excellence will go on improving, and this decision making will improve onto that. So return on not investment, but it's a return on information. No, that information will help you to get a better return. So that should be our focus. And that is where I'm expecting that Industry 4, Pharma 4 should really help us and contribute it and all that. So the success factors is no, there is a vision, there is an innovation and strategy, and then the goals and the teamwork. So these are the 5 other parameters which can really help you to make a success and all that actually. Another thing you must have heard about is everybody is talking about VUCA and all that. No, their analysis of VUCA is the volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, but I don't agree with them. I also call it the VUCA, but I look at the VUCA as a vision, understanding, clarity, and agility. If you have a clear vision, what you want to do, how you want to do, where you want to reach, and then you have a good understanding about all those business processes and all that. You have a clarity about your decision making, and you are flexible, you are agile to adapt to them and all that. Then that positive approach will look at for that. Another 2 things which I'm always talking about after pandemic situation is the innovation and collaboration. So what is that innovation? Innovation has to come out with a new idea, new intelligence, new solution. You have to inspire people to adopt to them and get into the new ideas. Many ideas actually come from the shop floor people, no, who are actually the users and all that, and they will come out with a lot of creativity and vision. So innovation is required. So Steve Jobs has mentioned that innovation is the ability to see change as an opportunity and not as a threat. Actually, you must have seen. I gave you an example of Uber. Uber is an innovation and it is an opportunity. It's not a threat. No, it's basically bringing customer more satisfaction and developing a new business models actually. Second thing, as I mentioned earlier, is a collaboration. Now, today you need a teamwork, you need a share, you will have to build a trust with our own partners, own team, own customers, everything and all that. We have to inspire them, we have to exchange ideas, and then that can really drive to the success and all that. Steve Jobs has also said that great things in a business are never done by one person. They are done by the team of the people. So now we have to really build the team. And this is where I'm taking an opportunity to share my thoughts and how we can really build a good, strong team. No, because I know everyone has got a good strengths and all that, but we have to add those strengths together to create a great company actually. So taking your business into the new future with the digitization should be really our objective and all that. So Google gave us a search engine and we know the www and all that in the mid 90s actually. So it has become easy for you to search it out. Apple made us smart by the smartphones and all that. www is what we want, wherever we want, whenever we want is now available and all that. So let's make up all those use it. So now let's look how that digital disruption can come. No, when this technologies are advancing, social, mobile analytics, cloud, robotic, blockchain are connecting together and all that operation. So you can work from anywhere, from any time, and all the stakeholders can work it out. And that is what really will bring the digital disruptions and all that. So let's get it onto the board. The train has already started, it's already moving. So let's try to catch it up and all that. We have to select the right team and the technology for our customers to achieve the business excellence. That should be our vision and our goal map actually. So let's make a difference together by developing this innovation and collaboration. I'm just trying to share how we can all work together. So this is the last video, and then
once upon a time, business as usual was often good enough. No more. Where we are going, good enough is dead. In a world where everything is connected, where everything is equally excellent, where performance is reaching perfection, there's only one space left to innovate in: you. Right now, you are a central point in the raging tornado of change fueled by digitization, mobilization, augmentation, disintermediation, automation. Well, the list goes on. Science fiction is becoming science fact. Think about self-driving cars or computers that can learn and think. The way we work will never be the same. The skills we need will be dramatically different. Winning or losing are now happening faster than ever before. So what's your response? How will you discover new opportunities in one of the most transformational times in human history? Are you driving change or are you being driven by it? Disruption has become the new normal. With change, it's always gradually, then suddenly, well, things really have stopped happening gradually. This change is exponential. Everything that used to be dumb and disconnected is now wired and intelligent. Cars, cities, ports, farms, even our bodies will be wired with sensors and will talk to each other. These game changers are also combinatorial. They amplify each other, creating a perfect storm of change. Quantum computing fuels big data. The Internet of Things fuels artificial intelligence and deep learning, which fuels robotics. However, anything that cannot be digitized or automated will become extremely valuable. Human-only traits such as creativity, imagination, intuition, emotion, and ethics will be even more important in the future, because machines are very good at simulating, but not at being. Yes, robots and software will do some of our work, but this will allow us to focus on things that cannot be automated. To imagine change squared, you've got to start engaging more with what might be, not just with what is. Immerse yourself in the immediate future, 5 to 7 years out from today. We need to go beyond technology and data to reach human insights and wisdom. Technology represents the how of change, but humans represent the why. The future is about holistic business models. The opportunity is to be liquid, to learn just in time, not just in case, not single improvements, but complete transformations, not individual systems, but new ecosystems. Humanity is where true and lasting value is created. We will engage, relate, and buy things because of the experiences they provide, because of their transformative power. The future doesn't just happen. The future gets happened. The new way to work is to embrace technology, but not to become it. The future is in technology, yet the bigger future lies in transcending it. Let's live and lead from here.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. That's from me.